Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. President of the Jamaica Bankers Association, Audrey Tugwell Henry, disclosed on Monday that the Jamaica Bankers Association is working alongside JET, operators of Multilink, and the Bank of Jamaica to introduce an account-to-account transfer system similar to the Zelle digital money platform used overseas. This account-to-account transfer system is expected to be introduced at the end of 2026 for a pilot phase. Also under review is the cutoff time for bank-to-bank transfers. Currently, real-time gross settlement (RTGS) transactions are typically processed on business days between 8 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. for same-day transfers. Transfers initiated after these hours or on weekends are processed on the next business day. The cutoff time for Jamaica-based bank transfers using the RTGS system could soon be extended beyond 1 p.m. The possible change comes amid calls from small business operators for a faster and more flexible banking system to support daily transactions. Tugwell Henry disclosed that while no timeline has been set, discussions are continuing and she is open to the adjustment. For the first quarter of 2026, Mayberry Group posted a total comprehensive loss attributable to stockholders of the parent company of $1.4 billion compared to $601.9 million Jamaican dollars for the same period last year. Addressing this performance, Mayberry Group CEO Gary Pierce said the management team will continue to focus on prudent balance sheet management and long-term value creation. Management is implementing appropriate portfolio risk reviews and adjustments and expects the group's strategic positioning to support performance throughout 2026. For the trading period of April 29, 2026, the most actively traded securities were One-on-One Educational Services Limited with 20,895,011 units or 38.94% of market sales activities. Kintyre Holdings Jamaica Limited, parent company with 4,483,341 units, representing 8.36% of market sales activity. Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial with 4,010,581 units, representing 7.47% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in finance, education, and distribution plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data for April 29, 2026, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. For the US dollar, trading margins reflected steady liquidity with the US selling at $156.26 and buying at $158.12. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $1 transaction spreads meant the Canadian dollar sold for $115.15 and was bought for $114.15. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $3.11 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $213.88 and was bought for $210.77. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For the credit report tip of the day, your 50s are the decade that decide your 70s, so act accordingly. What your life looks like at 70 is not determined at 70. It's built deliberately or by default in your 50s. This is the window where small, consistent moves compound into stability, or missed decisions turn into limitations later. Here's how to actively prepare. Get ruthless about your financial clarity. Guesswork is expensive at this stage, so calculate exactly what you own, what you owe, and spend. Then identify income sources you can rely on at 70 plus. Close your financial leaks, such as the high interest debt or unnecessary expenses. If you don't know your numbers, you can't control your outcome. And then strengthen and protect your credit profile. You may not need credit often, but later when you do, it must work for you. So pay everything on time, keep your credit utilization low, and fix errors on your credit report immediately. And maintain a small number of active, well-managed accounts. Think of credit at this stage of life as a backup system, not a lifestyle. Your 50s are not a wind-down period, they're a positioning decade. Every debt reduced, every system simplified, every income stream built is a step toward independence later. So by the time you reach your 70s, the goal is simple: stability, flexibility, and control without stress. For the funded and focused feature, before you raise money, the first step is to become ready to be ready. Most entrepreneurs think they need to prepare for the market. In reality, there's a stage before that, which is getting ready to even begin preparing. This is where most persons stall, not because they lack ambition, but because the starting point feels unclear. So let's strip it back. If you're considering micro-market stock pathway, your first job is not to raise capital. Your first job is to get ready to be ready. So number one, the very first thing, get honest about what you actually have. Write down exactly how your business makes money. List your current products or services. Estimate your monthly revenue and expenses, even if it's a rough estimate. So there's no spreadsheet required yet because you're just thinking about it. But put the truth on paper somewhere, because you can't prepare what you haven't defined. Once those are in place, the next stage is compliance, advisors, and capital, which becomes far more accessible. But if you skip this stage, and then everything that follows will feel heavier than it needs to be. Getting ready to be ready isn't glamorous, but it's the step that determines whether you ever get into the market at all. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital, markets, and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.